Welcome once again to our knowledge and learning session. We were discussing about AI for logistics and supply chain. AI stands for, we already know, it is artificial intelligence. So we already seen what is AI, how it is linked with logistics and supply chain, and we have also seen something like supervised learning. Let's recall what we have studied. Before that, what is sparkling in your mind? Okay, so can you guess the topic for the day? We have again suppliers, manufacturers, distributions. We can see that clearly shows a link. Supplier, then manufacturer, then distribution. Some logical link, right? Then we have transportations, inventory, production, and supply chain. Can you make what is common among all this? Transportation, inventory, you already know inventory means stock levels. That can be three types in general. That's raw material inventory, work in progress inventory, and finished goods. And then production, then supply chain. Clear? So this is the complete activities of logistics and supply chain. Now, if you can rightly guess, we have seen about all these things. Now we must be clear how supply chain and artificial intelligence are linked. Okay. Now we have seen about what is supervised learning, what is unsupervised learning. Supervised learning, I think you might be clear by now. That means we specify the conditions or we specify the classification in advance. So what is what? So based on that one, the machine, that is the computer, the artificial intelligence that classifies the objects or whatever is the data. That is supervised learning. That means the headings are already given. Okay. Something like animals, plants, or something like this is raw material, this is finished good. Okay. Something if you can see in other, it's separated in other areas also, like finance. Some people who can be given loan, who cannot be given loan. See, these all things. So that classification is already given, male, female. This all classifications already given. The characteristics are given. So based on that, the machine actually classifies. That is supervised learning. But in contrast, when you see unsupervised learning, the classification is not given actually. The headings are not given. The characteristics are only given. But based on that one, the artificial intelligence, that is the machine, that has to create its own classifications. That is unsupervised learning. We are not specified what is, but depend upon the data, depend upon the characteristics. Is those, for example, in you can say unsupervised learning, how many in case of logistics, how many deliveries are made in time, how many deliveries are not made in time, who are the customers who frequently buy your products. So these all things can be done. So we have many methods in this one. One is called clustering. Clustering means grouping the similar objects or similar customers in our case together based on their characteristics. That can be the purchase behavior, the number of items purchased, or the frequency of their purchase, or the amount, how much they purchase in a specific period, for let us say 1 month or 1 year. So based on that it can be. Okay. Then second method is called association tool mining. That means again something similar to our clustering. So what are the relationships or dependencies between products or customer behaviors? Can you guess where these things are utilized? Okay, just keep thinking, we will come to next. Okay, then anomaly detection, unusual patterns, something which is happening, we call outliers. The data which is actually lying in the extremes, that we call outliers. That can be problems, again that can be opportunities also. We can find based on this. That is again in us, whether that is a problem or opportunity, we can check it. Okay, so that is how it is. Next, we can see this we already seen. Next, one more type is called reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning means it is advanced actually, in something like deep learning, we call it. So it is that one. So again, we have technique, something called Q learning. So we can optimize inventory levels by learning our past behavior. Generally during some particular period, let us say some festivals and other things. So our inventory levels we need to adjust. So these all things based on the past behaviors. So we can optimize according to that one. Then deep reinforcement learning. See, reinforcement means the machine, the computer already again learns by itself. Okay, that's called reinforcement learning. Then we have Monte Carlo methods. That is something like sensitivity analysis that way. So Monte Carlo methods, we can simulate different inventory scenarios to select the best out of them. Okay, so this reinforcement learning. So now real life cases, I already told you, okay, where these things are used. Let us say Amazon, you must be familiar with it. When you purchase something, again, you may be given suggestions. Customers who purchase this also purchased. So that is what actually this case, okay. That is what is this clustering or association rule mining based on this only that is done. Okay, now we see the practical applications, how they are done, fine. Then Walmart also, UPS, FedEx, these all companies are using as this artificial intelligence for doing a better business. Now let us test our understanding. Okay. So demand forecasting, we know what is demand forecasting, fine. And inventory optimization, we have seen the techniques also. Reinforcement learning, you can check yourself. What are the benefits of using reinforcement learning? Okay. Then transportation optimization, we can optimize the transportation using any of these techniques. Okay. Clear? Now, before we end up, let us see the summary, what we have learned today. Okay, this is part 2 of introduction to machine learning. So, machine learning is significant advantages. It's something like what humans do. Okay, same thing machines do, that we call artificial intelligence. Clear? They can help us. The machine language can help us in many things, demand forecasting and scheduling, routing, many more things. Okay, fine. Hope you enjoyed this. These are the further references. You can go through them. Uh, I am Dr. Maharajan. Okay, expect more videos in the next. Thank you for now.